Alright, welcome back. This is stream day number 2. It is Edge Day. One of my absolute favorite positions. We're going to be starting off with one of my favorite prospects this year. To be honest, when I saw his name, I was honestly, I was perplexed. I was thrilled. Andre Carter Sr., like, I'm old enough to remember Andre Carter Sr. as a draft prospect. He was taken 7th overall by the 49ers of San Francisco, back when they were still in San Francisco and not Santa Clara. So yeah, he was taken 7th overall. He was I would say a finesse pass rusher, very technically sound, very fast. Quick around the edge, not particularly powerful. Back then, if I'm not mistaken, they were running a 3-4 system, and he was a 3-4 outside linebacker. Prototypical size for that position back then. They were a bit heavier than they are now. Back then, prototypical outside linebacker in a 3-4 was around 6'4", 250 to 270. He was like right in the middle of there. 6'4", 6'5", 260, 270. Yeah, like I said, very technical, and that matters because eventually he became a coach, and he was an edge coach, defensive line coach for the New York Jets a couple of years ago. And typically, sons of coaches tend to be really, really technically sound players. So, being somebody that doesn't watch a ton of college football, when I saw Andre Carter II's name come up, I was expecting to see a very technically savvy lineman with some good quicks and potentially a lot of upside. Like I said, his father was a 7th overall pick. His draft profile, which I think is a little bit outdated at the moment, list him as a linebacker. He's too big to be a linebacker. At 6'7", they have him listed at 250. Stay away from the weight. Stay away from the height, aside from the fact to understand that he's very tall. Stay away from the arm length. Again, that's all going to get sorted out at the combine. I don't care about what any of this says right now. They have him projected sometime in the first to the second rounds. They have his strength as being a very long prospect. Doesn't have a whole ton of power. Usually these high-waisted athletes, they struggle unless they have a lot of girth to them. Some of the 6'7" guys that have come out recently at defensive end that you'd recognize, Trayvon Walker's 275 pounds and just pure muscle, just a pure power bull rusher. Myles Garrett is like 6'6", 6'7", something like that, 270 pounds, absolute terror. Another one that comes out off the top of my head would be Jalen Phillips, who got drafted out of Miami to Miami. Yeah, out of Miami to Miami. The Hurricanes to the Dolphins, didn't have to move zip codes. And he's another one of those just like prototypical defensive ends, whereas as Andre Carter projects as like a lighter one, maybe somebody that's gonna have to add some size to him. They comp him to Jason Taylor, which is a fair comp. Jason Taylor was a very light defensive end for his era. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Jason Taylor was weighing in at like 240-ish pounds. Incredible technical athlete. Very, very, very skilled. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Andre Carter's tape, because I like I said, I was very intrigued when I saw the name. I like coaches' sons. So go ahead and get started. So the first thing I would like to see, I would like to see him use his hands a bit more here. I don't know what his assignment was. It looks like he was crashing down, but you would expect a player out here to have edge contained. He got sucked in by the age play goes to his right, and he ends up somewhere around where the center started. So that's not an amazing look. Again, he's crashing down. You can sort of just see the way he stands there. He is very, very thin. Yeah. Yeah. He is light. Very long, very high-waisted. He resembles a small forward. He's got a decent frame. His shoulders are a bit narrow, so you have to wonder how much power he's going to be able to add, how much weight he's going to be able to add to his size. But wiry guys sometimes are just very strong. In coverage, not the smoothest mover there. Yeah, I mean, change of direction's not amazing. He's not crazy fluid. Pass rush. Here he is over here again. Just getting some kind of movement on his bull. Okay. Again, rushing on the right side. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he makes the tackle. Do I have this one on all 22? I don't have this one on all 20. Yeah, I do. Okay. No, I don't have this one on all 22. It's just offensive line. I'm not. He's not. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of authority on his tackles. I have to watch that one again, but I don't have it from all 22. It looks like he gets dragged for an extra 5. Okay, false start on him. Not great. Let's just look at his first step. No real counter moves. Just trying to get around the edge and just gets rode up by the tackle. You kind of are hoping to see a bit more. Okay. I mean, he's real thin. For 6'7", they got him listed at 250. I don't know what he's gonna come to the combine at, but immediately he does not look physically ready for the NFL. And this is his senior tape. This is UTSA, I think, this year at West Point. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of explosion. Alright, this is the first time I've seen, like, some semblance of, like, technicality in his game. Keep in mind, he's an outside rusher. He's, like, at a wide 9 standing position. This is, like, the most favorable position for an outside rusher. He's against UTSA, which is honestly a nobody program. I have no idea who this tackle is. Tackle shoots his hands. He dips underneath him, rips, and just comes around the edge. To me, this feels a lot like because, I mean, this is an old school Dick LeBeau zone blitz. So they are blitzing 5, but the game is here. This defensive end is trying to occupy this guard. He's coming outside on a looping rush, and the middle linebacker over here is blitzing straight up the middle in this gap that's going to be occupied first by the tackle going this way, second by the guard over here, and third by this nose tackle occupying the center. They are bringing pressure on this side, but this is 2-on-2. It's really isolated so that this middle linebacker gets some pressure. Yep. So it's all straight one-on-ones. Middle linebacker gets the running back, sheds him. Quarterback was going to get hit regardless. I mean, you could still put the sack on Carter, but he shares that sack with the middle linebacker. I don't know how it got scored, but that's how I would have done it. Looks like Carter is over here on the other side right now. Yeah, when he's just by himself, it's hard to say he gets a tremendous amount of penetration on his own. Yeah, for a guy that's as light as he is, in that 240, 250 range, it's hard to say that he has like a tremendous first step. It's very average. No, at least not yet, no speed to power. And his bull rush alone is not getting anywhere. This is more of a stack and shed type move. He's playing the run. Just trying to keep the, I guess, guard or tackle from getting their hands on him. Here's out in coverage. Just playing the screen. They bring 4. No, they bring 5 on that. Look at this play again. Yeah, so they bring 5 linebackers a little bit, sort of on a delayed blitz. Left-handed quarterback, I just realized. Shout out to my lefties out there for quarterbacks. Not a whole lot of them. Okay. Just nothing. Coverage. Nothing. Pass rush snap maybe. Nope, in coverage again. Dips his shoulder, but like his tackle could have run him up the arc. Drop him into coverage. I mean, his back pedal doesn't look terrible. I just don't see like the smoothness that you would look for out of like a traditional linebacker these days. Linebackers are a lot smaller these days than they used to be. Average size for a linebacker these days is like 6'2", 6'3", 230. They don't really run like they used to. They used to be, you know, when I was a kid, you'd have linebackers typically minimum 250. Anything lighter, anything smaller than that might have been a safety. You'd have safeties at 240. Roy Williams from the Dallas Cowboys was like 240. John Lynch was like 230, 235. Like, those guys are linebackers now. Typical linebacker right now is a very smooth back pedal, is very comfortable in coverage, or you just get exploited. It's not a tremendously physical defensive end slash edge. I mean, even in plays like this, he gets just... He's the fourth man of the play, and he just ends up on his back. There's not a tremendous amount of, like, violence in his game. Him playing actual just linebacker, just sort of jogging to the play. Pure pass rush. Nice move. Okay. Let's go back here. Woo! Okay. I love this move. So right here you're seeing like a flash of his technical ability that I haven't seen honestly until this point. Maybe he's just saving his moves. I have no idea, but he sets up the tackle to go inside. See how he opens up his hips right here? Makes it look like he's selling inside. So all of a sudden this tackle gets real narrow. His knees come in and he just breaks his ankles on the outside with his swim move. And it's real violent. Real violent. This is something that I haven't seen yet. Look how tight. Look how low he gets, how tight he stays after making that tackle miss. He's able to stay flat. That keeps him right at the level of the quarterback. Quarterback has to step up, but he gets right in there. That is by far the best rep I've seen by him so far. That was nice. Okay. Yeah, he's... Coverage. They're not picking on him, at least. Not yet. Yeah, I still tend to believe he doesn't have a tremendously explosive. He doesn't have a very explosive first step. He's able to get around the edge here, but be a little bit disruptive simply with his length. Causes a problem, picks up the holding, it looks like. Yeah. You'd like to see him be able to like just plant his foot and really hold his ground against the tackle. But he gets moved off his spot and the running back just goes around him. This is that move again. Sets him up inside, goes outside. Nothing wrong with that. Just one-on-one with the right tackle. Okay. They didn't run his way, but it's just not stout. Coverage snap. I have to see what kind of move he tries to use here. Okay, alright. It's a two-man game. He jumps the gap. Sort of splits the center and the guard. By the time he gets there, quarterback's already taken off. What the? Okay. Quick snap. Yeah, he just gets engaged with the guard, and the guard just sheds or just holds him. Like, he just gets blocked out of the play too easily. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting a second ago because they had him rushing sort of as a 5 tech. He's very light for that position. Just so you have some idea what I'm talking about. In a 3-4, you have two kinds of defensive ends, right? You have a rush end, and then you have a 3-4 sort of power defensive end. Now this varies depending on like a player's body type, their size, their ability to project power, but typically a 3-4 defensive end comes in at around 280 pounds. Height, regardless. I mean, you can get to like Wilkerson, where he was like 305, 310 pounds at 6'4", 6'5", or JJ Watt, who was like 300 pounds, 290 at 6'6". It sort of depends on your ability to project power, but like it's not typical that somebody that is 250 pounds might play that defensive end position. Aaron Donald claims to be playing these days at around 260 pounds, but again, he's only like 6'1", so like his ability to project power is going to be significantly different than somebody that's 6'7" and 250, 260 pounds. Donald's also a freak of freaks, and like it's not really a point to compare anybody to him. Though I might be speaking out of turn saying Keion Kansi kind of reminds me a little bit of him. Anyway, regardless. Oh! Oh, that was so bad. Oh, God. This train wreck here. One more time. He might be getting the hold on that one, but like, he gets the moral victory, I guess. Oh. Here's bottom of the screen. Bit of a nothing rip. He's not like freakishly smooth in coverage. Honestly, if I had a player comparison like off top of my head right now, he looks like a thinner Montez Sweat. Yeah. Just very long, but not like crazy flexible. Struggles a lot in the run game, it looks like. Doesn't have the power, but like straight line, very fast, might test pretty well. Good move. Alright, so earlier we saw him sort of rushing at the inside out move. We see him now setting up for an outside in. I don't want to make the joke, but like, he's pretty good at getting skinny. Back to the outside. Tackle is ready for it. This counter move just falls flat. Back to the other side. He's having a lot more success against this right tackle here. Sort of a ghost move here with a double arm like swipe. No, just single arm swipe there. Sort of drops into coverage for nothing. I would really like to see at this point somebody take advantage of him in coverage. I want to see his ability to actually react to a zone, to move around sort of more fluidly. I want to see what he looks like in coverage, just to gauge something. But they're not even throwing in his direction. I mean, no blitz they get there, but alright, so there's a coverage snap where maybe he could have affected the zone somewhat, but the quarterback's also being pressured heavily from the left side. Just completely unblocked. Ugh. Hate to see that. Yeah, and even like right here, this is your tackle to make. Doesn't affect this play at all. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't show a tremendous amount of feel, or tremendous amount of feel like for zone. Makes the tackle, but like he doesn't pop him. He just more catches him. Is the way you would put that. Unblocked, just doesn't follow through. This is the kind of play that if you watch Keion Thibodeau's tape from last year, and you can't really compare the two prospects, but you kind of have to, because at the next level, they're supposed to play a similar position. They're both supposed to be edges. They're supposed to probably play the exact same position. They should probably both be 4-3 defensive ends. This is the kind of tape where if you saw Keion Thibodeau last year, would dart in on the same play, they'd run a draw against him, and Keion would just attack it viciously, violently, and just blow up the running back. You just don't see that level of, like, strain. This is a close game. He gets a sack. Absolutely fantastic. I love... Somebody gets the sack there. It was not him. Yeah. Unblocked around the edge. Tackle. Giving Jesus arms. What's going on? Unblocked. Gets the sack. Great. Love it. This is a nothing sack, man. Quite frankly, you can pay just about anybody to make that same sack. This is just a protection breakdown. You see the tackle over here, pre-snap, just sort of looking around like, what's up? My guess is the way the protections are set up, because again, this is like that old school Dick LeBeau zone blitz. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 men right here against 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. Meanwhile, on this side, you got 2 against 3. Protection should be the center. I don't know what their scheme's going to be, but I can tell you this is an old school Pittsburgh Steelers type setup where you're sending a blitz, but really they should have enough blockers. They're just not assigned correctly. You're trying to confuse them. Exactly what I'm expecting. Nose tackle occupies 2 blockers. He takes the guard. Tackle should come over here, but like, look at this. He doesn't know what's up. Running back's looking actually where he should be, which is in the middle. So it says tackle that wrong foots it. It's a scheme sack. He got there. He was quick enough to get there, but it's one of those sacks that's like, thanks. Yeah, this is a quarterback designed run. This is not a scramble. It's a quarterback designed run. Nice cut up by the quarterback. Goes over the top. Gotta love to see it. It's a quarterback designed run. Everybody go to the second level. Just game flows away from... I mean, it's one-on-one with the running back. You want to stop here. The way the blocking goes, he's literally one-on-one with the running back in space. You want to see him break down, stop the running back dead in his tracks, and drop him for a loss. It's a nice move. It's a very nice move here. Very nice move, getting skinny. Again, outside inside move. You like to think with this kind of pressure, married up with slightly better coverage, you get a little bit out of it. Out here in coverage. Again, they seem to have him assigned. I don't know what UTSA has seen. This is the second time they've run the exact same play. Sorry, this is wrong play. The second time, and this must be game plan specific, they must have seen something on Army's tape where they saw the way that they defend these wide receiver screens, where they bring the pass rusher out here just to crush this. But like the second time they run the exact same play where they fake the screen and instead take the go route, take the 9 out here. Because you see the way that they're trying to defend this screen. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders out here in space against 1, 2, 3, 4 potential ball carriers. They sell it, and then coverage breakdown. Straight edge rush, zone read. Okay. Counter move, nowhere. It's kind of a his counter backspin is kind of loopy and lazy. Looking at this one more time. You want to see... that's not it. Right here. You want to see this counter back move to be immediately there to snap it off, shed them, and then attack up the arc a little bit. Kind of a lazy backdoor spin, but it is what it is. Alright, sort of amoeba formation. You've got him playing as a middle linebacker here. 4 down linemen, and he's in what I would call like a 5 tech. They're just trying to get pressure without like just confuse the blocking scheme. Maybe try to get somebody free. Run away from... Every time he's in one of these coverage reps, he just sort of maybe backpedals, opens up his hips, and just like sort of stands there. Like, he's not... He doesn't show a tremendous amount of feel for his zone. Not disrupting any passing lanes or anything. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Alright, I like that. Sorry. I'm a sucker for a nice fade. I'm a sucker for this. Good throw. Mossed him. Easy touchdown. Fair enough. Alright, that was a marathon. I have to say I was not tremendously impressed with him. Let's see if that was just sort of a down game. One of the issues I had with him early on is the fact that I didn't see a tremendous amount of a lot of like effort. I didn't see much in the way of his ability to defend the run. He didn't have a great feel for zones. He feels, at least early on in the stage, this is just one game in, when scouting zones, how much stock do you put into backside runs like those? A few in a row where he got skinny and went right around the left tackle. I see... Those are effort plays. No, you're good, you're good. I put a lot of stock in the effort on those backdoor runs because a lot of times what happens is the running back has to cut back, and you see players that have high motors chase those down from the back. So I don't care as much about him getting free. I care more about him chasing down the running back, chasing down the ball runner. Sorry, I was playing music behind me. I jumped in late. I don't know if he used his hands well or at all in any rep. He used his hands well on some pass rushing reps, but he doesn't disengage on run reps very much at all. One of the issues I run into with him is that he doesn't have a tremendous amount of power. At least in the first game that we watched, I want to see him show a little bit more heart on some of these plays. He seems, to me right now, he seems like he's going to equate out to being a situational pass rusher, especially early on in his career. Third down specialist, second and long type specialist. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. Great question, though. Ooh, okay. This is the first time. Let's go back to this for a second. We'll watch it again. This is the first time that somebody's thrown directly at him in one of the reps where he's in zone coverage. And it's good to see him get his hands up. He doesn't affect the play immediately. Let's go ahead and check it out from the defensive line. But he has a smooth back pedal. He makes the quarterback have to work for that one. So that's something. Right there, using his hands fairly well. He doesn't disengage immediately. Good finish on that tackle. This is already much better tape than the UTSA tape. This is already much better. Okay. Yeah, already much better tape. There's not much there. Yeah, just gets run up the arc, that's fine. This is one of those situations where, like, again, like Keion Thibodeau, I have to compare him to an older prospect from last year, and like the top end of the top end. This is where Keion Thibodeau would drop his shoulder, dip into the tackle, and try to make a play rather than get run up the arc. He doesn't have like the sand in his pants to be able to like stand up the tackle or hold his ground and try to make a play on that. Coverage snap, nothing. Gets behind or gets underneath the tackle, dips his shoulders, not bad. It's the same sort of thing that I just mentioned a moment ago. he doesn't... He's not able to, like, hold up and flatten out enough to try to make a play on that. He just gets run out of the arc. Yeah, right there is one of the issues that you're gonna have with him. I think he's engaged with a tight end. Yeah, this is just a tight end right here, and he gets moved back at the point of attack immediately. Tight end gets right into his pads. He's out of the play. This is one of the fears I have for him. Because he's so tall, he's so long, he's not that heavy, he's not super strong. Tight end gets right into his pads and just moves him. Again, tight end. I mean, he disengages, which is nice, but... This is sort of that backside run play that we were just talking about a second ago. Like, he is unblocked. He does engage there. He makes the tackle. Very good stop. It wasn't to the backside, but he was specifically unblocked in that play. It's expected that the running back's just he's not going to be in the play at all. That was not him on that play. That arrow is not pointing towards him. Oh, here it is. There he is. Like, I don't know what his assignment was, but it wasn't affecting the play. This happens a lot. You just get locked up. Running back helps out a little bit, but like... Zone coverage... I know you joined late, but this is one of the issues that I saw a lot in his zone coverage. He sort of just drops into this shallow zone, and then there's always some kind of slant that comes in behind him. He doesn't feel it, and this always happens. Ooh! Whoever took that rush was nice. Yep. They brought the house there. Did the quarterback hit that throw? Alright, so let's take a look at this play sort of from the beginning, because... So they're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men down with 5, 6 blockers. So he's going to have a free one-on-one out here. Right now he shows a really nice rip move underneath the tackle. So he's getting through. I don't know what this running back's doing. Attempting to cut a linebacker safety. Just gets hurdled. Zero blitz and gets beat. You'd like to see him sort of break down and make this tackle, but he just kind of... Oh, that's not good tape. This tackle just finishes him. He's trying to get the hold there. Not sure if it gets called. This is that backdoor run that I was talking about, or that you mentioned even, about effort, like... Last one of the pile. Just sort of, alright, play's not coming my way, whatever. He's got edge responsibility here. Like, look at where he starts his play, and look at where he ends up. He's got edge contained right back here. Sort of meanders, heads towards the play. Up! First move didn't work, and he just sort of, whatevs. Alright. This rep is fairly illustrative of what I've seen so far. Alright, so he's trying to disengage, which is perfectly fine. This is exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be two-gapping here. He's holding his line. He's waiting for the running back to come so he can disengage and make the play. Running back comes into his gap. Yeah, it's not... This is not great tape, man. I guess we're in the second half already, and Coastal Carolina just doesn't... He's not affecting the game. Like, how many times now have we seen the play where they just leave him unblocked? Like, they're not accounting for him in the blocking scheme at all. Like, this is a perfect opportunity for him to be violent, for him to be aggressive, for him to come in and just blow up the play. And he just sort of... whatevs. Keep my jersey clean. No, it's exactly correct. He doesn't seem to like get what he wants. He just seems to get like the tackle makes a mistake and that's what happens. He doesn't like force the issue. There isn't a ton of violence in his game. That's the thing that I noticed. There's just not a ton of violence, not a huge amount of effort, and I don't like that in prospects. I want to see them go like all the way. That's like I was maybe like the world's biggest fan of Trayvon Walker last year. I made a lot of money. I didn't make a lot of money. I made a pretty good bet about a week before the draft. Trayvon Walker was like 4.5 to 1 to go first overall, and I hit that one. Just because I felt like he had the kind of violence that like would push him up the draft board more than like the amateur community was looking at. I just don't see that. Right now they have Carter projected somewhere in like the second-ish round, and I could see him going there. I could see somebody talking themselves into, we get him into the weight room, we teach him about the culture in our team, and we get him going all out, and then maybe we've got something, but like he just doesn't seem violent enough. He doesn't seem like he's willing to impact the play every time he steps on the field. But yeah, good observation. He doesn't really win aside from when the tackle misses. Do they really have him 34th? What is it? What's he rated in terms of edge? Like how far up is he for edge? I would imagine. I mean, the dude is 6'7". He's gonna go to the combine. He's gonna run like a Montez Sweat kind of like 4.45 or something, and he's gonna look amazing. It's not on the tape. Not that he's not fast on the tape, but like he doesn't change directions very well, and he doesn't have the kind of effort and motor that you're looking for. PFF has him... No. PFF has him at 24? Like Mike Renner has him at 24? Right here. This is the kind of play that we were talking about a second ago. He's not unblocked, but he's in a great position to make this play. Right here. He stabs outside, gets the tackle to shift outside, so he's got a beautiful lane right to the running back. He ends up over here. The running back's tackled by the defensive tackle. ADP in the simulator is 35. His rank is 24. Oh, man. You know, I hope Renner's right about him. I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope that I'm just watching the wrong tape and maybe I'm just looking at the wrong things, but like I would hate for this kid to get overdrafted. Right here. Okay, tackle goes to cut block him. Gets his legs. Can't make the play. Quarterback ripped right past him. Yeah, I don't know that he's like. Yeah, all right. Maybe you might be right. He might be bad. You might be right. He might actually be bad. I don't know. This is bad tape though. The other thing about him, like when he does make tackles, like right here, he doesn't have like that pop. This was on his tape from the last game. He kind of just catches people. He doesn't put his whole body through it. He just sort of catches the ball carrier when he is involved. And that's not often. He's not even in on this play. And he's not in on this one either. Nope. Nope. Why are all these plays in here? Wonder if he got hurt on that one play. Pulled his shoulder or something, because he's not been in since then. Alright, I'm just going to let this run. I'm going to change some of my music that you guys can't hear, but... Acorn trolling again. I love it. Alright, here he is. He's back in. Goal line stand. I didn't know you were supposed to stand for a goal line stand. Oh, God. This is so bad. Alright, just watch this. Just blocked out of the play. Just flails. Sorry, I pulled my headphones out, but, like, that's just sad to look at. Alright. That was awful. Alright, this is the last tape that we have on him. He really has no motor at all. You just got here, and you realize he has absolutely no motor. I've been watching 2 games of this. How would you guys feel about just skipping the rest of his tape, moving on to the next one? Because, like, I'm just tired of watching this dude not care. You guys okay with skipping on to the next one? Next prospect that I have... It's true. Yeah, I kind of want to just go on to the next tape. Alright, Keion White. This guy supposedly has phenomenal motor. He's a little bit bigger, he's listed at 280. I have no idea how big he is, but a lot of really good scouts have been raving about him. I saw him a little bit on the on this tape with Georgia. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Keion White it is. Let's go. Okay, plays run against him, whatever. Why didn't you say that earlier? Okay. Immediately you see more effort. Immediately. I love it. That bull rush, though. Long arms him, comes around, not bad. Oh my gosh. Alright, I shouldn't be giving this away, especially to you guys, but Broderick Jones is my tackle 1. The fact that Keion White is giving Broderick Jones hell on this rep already makes me happy. Look at this. Just absolutely... First move doesn't work, go for the second move. It's power. It's power. It's a bit. Here he is rushing from the other side. 4-point stance. Ooh, violence. The violence. Poor running back didn't even have the ball. He didn't care. He was about to kill him. Imagine if he didn't know, or if he knew that Stetson Bennett had the ball there the whole time. Poor Stetson would have never woken up. That's that backside run that we were talking about. Looking for effort. Both of these Georgia tackles are going to the NFL next year. Right and left tackle. And he's showing force and violence and effort. Inside move. I love it. I love it. Okay, so it looks like he's trying to occupy 2 so they can run a 2-man game. This is a blitz, but it's this like loopy inside linebacker blitz on the outside. Let's look at the setup real quick. So you have this linebacker over here who's going to loop around. He's coming in here, crashing down, trying to take on both the guard and the tackle. This 3-tech is going to occupy the center, and these two are looping around for another 2-man game. So this is a blitz, but it's only 5. I love it. I love it. Like, he's not supposed to be in on this play. He's supposed to be blocking himself out of this play. He absolutely closes the gap. I love this. That's exactly what that was. That is a do-your-job moment. I love what you just called it. That's exactly what that is. He's trying to disengage. I love it. I love these Georgia guys. I love these Georgia guys way more than I should love these Georgia guys. But they just, their strength and conditioning coach, whatever he's paid is not enough. These dudes end up so powerful. Okay. See that again. Okay, so he's on the left end. Crashing through on the guard. Nice. Ooh, is he taking the long way around here? So here he is, looping all the way around. Stand up, long arming. Nothing. Ooh! I was not going to be able to see that from all 22. I love that. Just fights his way through and makes the play. One-armed, makes the play. Still chasing this one down. Absolutely just knifing in with violence. Look at this. Just fighting. Straining. This is a tackle that is going to the league next year. Or this year, rather. Backside run, chasing it down. Good for him. Too much quick game. Okay, so he's over here, I think. Nice. Just giving him hell. Certified YOLO ball. Left end. Unblocked. Unblocked! This is what happens when you're supposed to not be blocked, and then you make a play anyway. Like, they're accounting for him to not be able to make this play. They're trying to get numbers on the other side of the field. What does he do? Stalks it. Stays low. Gets in on the tackle. I love it. He loses his helmet on that one too? Yeah, no, somebody else did. Okay. Do you want my honest opinion on what Renner's up to right now? I think Renner has one foot out the door at PFF, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you. Because a lot of the longtime PFF guys have walked in the last year. Austin Gale was there forever, he left. The other nerd dude who was Eric Iger, he just left. I think he's got one foot out the door. I think he mailed it in. That's just my guess. I don't know. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I love it. Dips his shoulder and just fights. Oh man, look at this. Alright, so the way their blocking assignments are going, tight end's supposed to pick him up. He just dips his shoulder and misses. Oh god, I love that. Just makes himself hard to hit. Right? We do need Renner and Gale again. That was a really good pairing. Individually, I don't love Austin Gale, but like he brought some fun to the Renner podcasts. He made the whole thing more interesting. Want to see him wrap up here, but like after all that strain, the fact that he got in the backfield at all. Jesus, man. Look at where this guard ends up. Just pops right up. What is he doing? Yo, seriously, what call is this that your 280-pound defensive end is in coverage? What is this? Like, this is the slot receiver. No, this is the... Who's number one? Is number one Gibbs? No, that's for Alabama. I don't know who their number one is, but, like, there's no excuse for your 280-pound linebacker to be on coverage responsibility, yet he's still trying to chase his play down. Man just ran 70 yards. That's what I thought. It's the running back wheel. What are you doing? What is your excuse for putting him on coverage responsibility? No joke, when I was watching Keion, he's a prospect I watched a lot last year, they had him in coverage so much too. I don't get it. I don't get what these defensive coordinators are doing, trying to outthink themselves. You got an A-plus pass rusher. Why are you making him carry seams? Why are you making him drop into zones? Like, what are we doing here? Are you just bored? You just want to see what can happen? Oh, God. And this is what it looks like when, like, Georgia plays Georgia Tech. I mean, one team is a technical, science and technical institute, and the other team is a football factory. Just looks like that sometimes. Fuck you, Stetson. Oh, that one's not gonna happen. No, you can't. It's true. Love it. It's true. Ooh, that's a hold. Did he get the call there? No, of course not. Because it's Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this tight end. Just grabs him. Just snatches him by the shoulder pads. That's 15 yards. Uncalled because it's Georgia versus Georgia Tech. At Georgia. Stetson Bennett trying to get his running back killed, or tight end? No, a running back killed. Was this at least a fumble? Okay, this is Ole Miss tape. We just watched him give everything he had against Georgia. Speaking for somebody that lives now in Atlanta, I understand the Georgia versus Georgia Tech rivalry. Yeah, I know, it's really hard with that. I don't think he's 260. I think he's bigger. I think he might be 270, 280. And if he is 270, 280, you might be looking at like an absolute like Reggie White type freak. Yeah. Anyway, this is going to be him against Ole Miss. A little bit more the caliber, I think, of Georgia Tech. So he should dominate this one. That's what we should be looking for here. Just pure domination. Unblocked, but that was the point. Fine. Ooh, I like the way he disengages there. I know he didn't make the play, but the disengagement there. Yeah, no, it's true. You don't move those boys at all unless you've got some real mass in your... Something that rhymes with mass. Yeah, no, he doesn't get through there, but, I mean, he fought through basically a double team. Well-blocked scheme, though. Well-blocked run scheme. Nice. Now, that's a hold. That's a hold. Are we serious here? That is all Jersey. I like the way he waits for the play in front of him. I like how low he stays, how he waits to attack. He's keeping contained on the outside, trying to force the play back inside. That's everything that you're expecting him to do there. He's holding the edge beautifully. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. Okay, here he is. 5 tech. Gets in on the stuff. Stand-up rusher. Ooh! Boom! Love the recognition. Love the recognition on that. Yeah, it seems like because he's so used to rushing on the inside, he doesn't really have a rip. It seems like he just dips his shoulders. You'll see him usually attack the space between the guard and the guard and the tackle in a 5 tech, and just dip his shoulders against the tackle so the tackle can't get his hands on him. Yeah, Vrabel would be a good spot for him. New England would be a great spot for him as well. Comes out of that school. I would like... It depends on where he goes. Like, I think he's a first-round pick. I'm certain that he's going to go sometime in the first round. I would be very interested to see him go somewhere like Pittsburgh or Baltimore. New Orleans doesn't have a first-round pick this year. They just... the Dolphins got Fangio. They don't have a first-round pick. Somewhere where he's going to be like in a very attacking, one-gapping scheme, but in a 3-4 alignment. Pay no attention to the gold and black jerseys. Pay no attention to the gold and black jerseys, my man. Georgia Tech shares a color scheme, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the thing. I think he would be an absolute savage as a 5-tech, especially knowing that they run like games with TJ Watt. I would really like to see him be able to like use that size. 4-3, I'd be concerned that like they would kick him inside too much. I mean, no lie, I would take him on the Jets in a minute. I would take him on the Jets in a minute. He would do a phenomenal job opposite Jermaine Johnson. But like he's not getting out of the first round. All right, I'm gonna have to give it to this left tackle, or yeah, this left guard right now. He just pancakes him. Let's see what happens here. I mean, he doesn't disengage, and guard just gets him. It's a tackle. Yep. Woo! Big man got a spin. No, it's not Carter. It's just the uniforms are similar. Oh, did I not change the... I ruined it. I didn't change the name. Uh-oh. Give me a second. No, it's Keion White. Sorry about that. I apologize. Damn. Sorry about that. I mean, it's a counter move. I love a big man. I love a big man spin every so often. Ooh, don't like him giving up contain there. Don't like him giving up contain there. Maybe he's just trying to make a play. I don't know. There we go. Good long arm. Holds the outside. Forces him back inside. Linebacker should have made a play there. Ooh! Oh! Quarterback pulled it. Quarterback pulled it. How dare you? This poor running back. Oh. At least you see the violence in that. He's getting moved. I'm wondering if he's getting tired. We're deep into the second quarter. He's already had, I mean, it feels like 40 plays or so. Ole Miss has basically had the ball the whole time. Georgia Tech hasn't scored. He's getting moved back. I don't know what you guys think, but like he's honestly looking a little bit tired right now. Probably a hot day. This is in Georgia. This is in Atlanta. But he's getting moved in a way that he wasn't getting moved earlier. He's popping out of his stance a little bit high, too. Yep, he's popping out of his stance kind of high. He's not holding his spot. Yeah. In the last game, he was playing a lot of... he was playing 4-point stance, and he looked a little bit more powerful coming out of a 4-point stance. But I wonder if he's getting tired. He was in on that play there. Long arms, disengages, makes the play. Nice. Yeah, right here. 4-point stance. And again, you know what? I wonder if his 4-point stance is a tell that he's going to bull rush. Let's watch for that. If his 4-point stance is a tell that he's getting... Yeah, it was. I wonder if his 4-point stance is a tell that he's going to bull rush. Let's watch out for every time he plays in a 4-point stance. Because that's exactly what this was. Four-point stance. Oh, that's just a bad rep, man. Yeah, I think he's tired. He just gets washed out of this play. There's no effort on it at all. I think he's tired. Holding contain. Play goes away from him. Alright, so here he is sort of playing a 3-tech. Or 5-tech, rather. Holds the point of attack. Makes the play. We'll watch out more in the second half. My theory is he's tired right now. I mean, he makes the play here, but my theory is he's a little bit tired. He's been on the field a ton in the first half. Like, look the way he gets out of his stance right here. Just sort of stands up. And he's tired. 4-point again. Like right now, his butt's up too high. To me, that's a tell that he's tired. You see how this stance is a 3-point stance, but his back's flat? Back flat, butt's up. We're still in the second quarter. Like, this is a second quarter that won't end. Okay, here we are. Now we're starting the third quarter. He's had halftime to rest. Let's see what he looks like coming out of halftime. 3-point stance. Knifes in there, makes a play. Think he's up here? Yeah. Holds the point of attack. Washes it down. 1 yard loss, maybe. Holds the edge beautifully. Again, let's take a look at the stance. Butt's down. It's not as high as it was before. I think he was just tired. If I'm honest, I think he was just tired at the end of the half. Ooh! There we go. Pops in, right around. Nice. Terrorizes the quarterback. Holds the point of attack. Disengages. Don't love the angle, but played it well. Why are they pointing to... Maybe he's... Alright. Where even is he? Unless he's playing nose tackle, which he's not. He's not even in on this play. The arrow's wrong. Crashes in. You see what I mean by the shoulder dip? Like, he doesn't have the rip, he doesn't have the club, he doesn't have the arm over, or has sort of an arm over, but his go-to move is the shoulder dip. I guess they call it like gladiator technique, where like you just engage the blocker with your shoulder and then just keep going. I think he's down here. Yeah. Okay. Nothing. Yep. 270-pound version of Get Skinny. Facts. Five tech again. $35-0, man. Like, it's hard to put in that kind of effort. 35-0. You're doing what you can do, but like, that's 35-0, and he still makes the play. Ooh, that is pride. That is showing pride. Sheds his blocker, boom. Goal line stand. Down 35-0. Can't coach Hart. Cannot coach Hart. And that's his last play, I think. All right, folks, we like Keion White. He's got effort. He's got heart. Plays angry. Chip on his shoulder. Fights through everything. Next one we got up is BJ Ojulari. Go ahead and give me just a second. I'm going to refill my coffee, and we'll come back. All right, it was good having you, Nick. I will catch you later, certainly in the big chat. All right. Next up, BJ Ojulari. I have one more from Keion What, but like, to be honest, I've seen everything I need to see. All right. BJ is a completely different prospect than what we saw just a minute ago. BJ is an edge, but he is a he's very much a stand-up outside rusher. Pay no attention to the measurables. I'm sure he's around 6'3". I'm sure he's around 250 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little bit lighter than that. He's a fast edge. He didn't get a ton of sacks. There's not a whole bunch of production on his tape, to be honest with you, but or on his stats. He's ranked really high for an edge rusher. I've watched some of his tape already. Didn't absolutely fall in love with it, but I've got my mind open. Okay. First off, look at his movement real quick. First thing I'm noticing is that he is comfortable in space. He's a lot shorter than Andre Carter was. Similar body weight, similar body type, in that he's a very thin edge rusher. It's going to work more on like burst and flexibility. But like, he's definitely more comfortable in space. Huge fan of Darnell Wright. Huge fan of Darnell Wright. Don't let him get to the second round for me. Don't let him get to the second round, please. He's too good. Yeah, BJ, just more sudden than Andre Carter immediately. Can't tell about effort yet, but definitely more sudden. Willing to take on blocks, throw his body in there. He didn't make the play here, but like, not from lack of effort. This is a good one against Darnell Wright. This is a good game against Darnell Wright. Okay, just hold the edge. I mean, diagnosed to play like a linebacker. Who made that play? Number 3. Ooh, whoever number 3 is a bad man. Okay. BJ rushing on the other side. Just get the ball out of Hendon's hands. BJ in coverage. Hendon take off there? Yep, Hendon took off there. I like Hendon. Some effort, some strain there. Good bend. Good bend. Drops his shoulder, tries to stay on his feet. He gets tripped up, but I mean, he was getting in there with some flexibility. I love it. I love how he disengages here. Oh, this is what I was hoping to see on Andre Carter's tape. I love how he disengages there. Immediately what I notice is BJ is much more willing to get physical, much more willing to put his body on the line for each play. His ability to disengage, his willingness to throw his body around and make a tackle, already very impressive, especially in comparison to Andre Carter. Keep in mind, BJ is projected in a similar position right now to Andre Carter. Andre Carter, 39th overall. BJ, 42 average. These are on the consensus boards. These are comparable prospects. Just from the eye test early on, these are not comparable prospects to me. These are two prospects that are in dramatically different places. These are prospects that are, to be honest with you, BJ looks like a complete outside linebacker, rush end that can play linebacker, versus Andre Carter, who often looks like a baby deer on ice in space. And then when it comes to tackling, is just very unwilling to go to a bad place. Similar situation to what we've seen with Andre Carter, but every time I saw Andre do this, he fell over. He didn't have this comeback. A little bit more suddenness, right? He comes in slowly on this move. Outside, back inside. Yes, the play happens, but he has a counter. Tries the shoulder dip, doesn't work, comes back, spins. Like, not gorgeous, but there's something there. Oh, man, I love it. Okay, pulling guard is coming here. This guard is minimum 80 pounds heavier than BJ. Minimum. Maybe 100 pounds. Boom. Collision. BJ gets back up. BJ does not end this play on his butt. He should have ended his play on his butt. BJ did not end this play on his butt. I love it. Plays with some violence. Plays with some sand in his pants. Nice. Knifes in. Outside move. Inside. Knifes in. Can we all just appreciate Hendon Hooker's a 5th round pick, supposedly? Not getting any pressure, no, but 5th round pick, they say. Not a great prospect because he's old, they say. Okay. BJ stays with this one. Disengages and just follows the play. This is what we're talking about. Like, how much do you care about an edge rusher following a play till its conclusion? I care a great deal about it. I care a great deal about an edge rusher following through on a play from the backside. These are effort plays. All right, this is like the second or third time in this game that BJ's had the responsibility to keep the edge, and he's had to read the play correctly. Both times he's read the play correctly. I don't know if this means that he's going to read the play correctly every single time, but I can tell you that this is now the second time in a row against what is probably the most devastating offense he's going to face this year. And he's made the correct decision both times. LSU is terribly outmatched this game. Both times, he waits for the runner to declare and then makes the play. This is linebacker play. Look at this back pedal. Hey, look at this back pedal. Can we appreciate this man is checking around to see where he needs to be. He adjusts to this receiver entering his zone. Can we just appreciate the subtlety of this? The subtlety of this. Smooth back pedal. Smooth back pedal. Very comfortable. Checking on his man, looking for his zone. This is something we did not see with Andre Carter at all. Pure edge rush right here. Knifes in. Disengages. Nice. This little game. Okay. Sort of stand up middle linebacker type play. Picking a hole. Handy's got to hit that one, but it was well covered too. I like it. I like it. Because, like, if Hooker keeps the ball here, he's got outside responsibility. He's not darting on the inside of here. Yes, he might be able to help make this play, but he's just being patient and making sure there's no backdoor cut. Very responsible player. This is a Bill Belichick type player. He is doing his job. Whether they have him dropping back in coverage, whether they have him doing almost anything. Hold on, I forgot to change this. Man, I like Darnell Wright. I like Darnell Wright a lot. His agility is fantastic. Just let's appreciate this fight. Look at how quick Darnell Wright is. Great looking pass set. Feet, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. They're saying that he's like right tackle limited. I don't care. I have like a plug and play right tackle immediately. Like, don't care. Oh! Yes, Hooker put it behind him, but Darnell Wright, just, I love it. I love it. BJ sets him up, gets the better of him. Yeah, there's a flag. BJ. Oh, man, he gets washed out there. Just doesn't use his hands at all. Tries to disengage without it, but nothing there. Back on Darnell Wright. I love the design of this play. I love the design of this play. All right, watch the way the offensive tackle or the offensive linemen all block down to this side like it's a trap play. This is essentially what this is, a trap play. Everybody blocks down here on the left side of the line, which causes everybody to come down here and pinch. But the whole left side of the line here, or right side, but the whole left side of the line here pulls. Oh no, just the guard. Love it. Absolutely love the design of this play. Very nice. BJ holding contain. Nice. Very nice. Just holds contain, just does his job. Beautiful. Just knifes in, makes the play. Sprawls out, makes the play. I get that he's old, but like, Hendon makes the right decision here. Just takes off. Was this a design quarterback run? Yeah, it was. I'm completely wrong. This was a designed quarterback run. Nice. Great move by BJ. I love this. I love this effort by BJ. Takes on the tackle, takes on Darnell Wright, and just shoves him back into the play. There's some subtlety to this. First step, he backs up like he's just trying to hold his gap, and then explodes around. There's a lot of subtlety in this move. Back up, and then explode around. Now, Darnell Wright doesn't fall for it, but that is a very savvy pass rush move. If that was a longer developing play, he can get pressure. Darnell Wright's good too. Tries to set him up outside and then spin inside, and Darnell just sits him down. I like that. Alright. Sets him up with a long arm. Just holds his gap for a second. Make sure he has outside contain until he's sure that this isn't a pass play. Or this isn't a run play. Then explodes out. Good job controlling the blocker there. Stays with the play. Ball comes out. Simple enough. That is not BJ. BJ's out here against Darnell Wright. Again, he looks smooth in his back pedal. I think BJ could be converted to a linebacker. I think he could be converted to a linebacker that rushes. His back pedal's smooth. He seems to have some awareness of the zones. And he can't help the fact that they're not covering very well. He can't help the fact that, like, they're not throwing directly at him. But, like, he does not look uncomfortable in space. I think BJ's looking great. I am surprised at how good he looks in space. I'm surprised at the effort that he's showing. I don't think he's going to be an edge rusher that racks up 20 sacks. I think he might work as a linebacker conversion project that can also blitz. He does a great job of just doing his job. I haven't seen him give up edge contain yet. I haven't seen him play without... I've seen him play with a tremendous amount of discipline. I've seen him also convert from stuffing the run to attacking the passer. And this is against Darnell Wright, who I think is the best might be the best right tackle in the draft right now. And it's been a beautiful battle between the two of them. I like BJ. I like BJ. I shouldn't say that out loud, kids. Sorry. I could see him as... he will definitely be drafted to a 3-4 team. I could see Todd Bowles keeping him on the field on all 3 downs. I could see him in a 3-3-5 even. The Packers would eat him up. Again, the Ravens would find something to do with him. The Rams, I think he's going to be a second-round pick. There just aren't enough schemes that are going to take advantage of his wiry frame, but I could see him converting to linebacker at least part-time. I see him right now as a better version of Nick Benito from next year, if you know what I mean. Nick Benito was an edge rusher who could play linebacker. BJ looks like a linebacker who can edge rush. Yeah, no, I think he would work there. You guys already have a lot of these guys already. You've got Rushan Gary. You've got, you drafted last year, Enigbare. But, like, I could see him in that kind of rotation. Like, look at this. Like, this is a thin man. This is not a powerfully built player. But in this play, he knows that his responsibility is to seal the outside. That's what he does. pushes the run back inside. Like, you know where I could see him? I could see him with, I mentioned this earlier, New England. He seems to me to be a very Bill Belichick type player. Mike Vrabel type player. Yeah, no, I definitely think he gets to the second. I don't think there are enough schemes that are going to call. Just as I say that, great disengage. I don't know if there are a ton of schemes that are going to take advantage of what he does. Like, he would never make it on the Jets. The Jets would never draft B.J. Ojulari, as much as it pains for me to say that. He's never going to get drafted to, I say this, but he might, to like the 49ers. But now that the Miami Dolphins have Vic Fangio, I could see them taking him in the second. I love it. He just maintains he maintains the edge. He gets turned out there, but I mean, this should have been done by a linebacker right here. Number 30 right here causes his whole play. He cut in and he had no reason to. Had no business there. BJ's got outside contain. Linebacker should be filling this gap. Safety should have somewhere in over here. This linebacker should be over here. 30 drifts. I don't know why. BJ has outside contain and doesn't get stuffed. Touchdown. But I mean, score's also 37-13. This isn't really a close game. Breakdowns happen. But BJ does his job. BJ should have had outside contain here, maybe. Yeah, and he just gets washed out. He gets caught looking inside. Just as after I say he does his job, he gets caught looking inside. When he should have just maintained his gap. Scores 37-14 though. It's hard to like judge blowouts. Ooh, there we go. Right here, the sniffer should be going after B.J. Ojulari, but he misses. Blocker takes on the wrong guy. B.J. knifes in, makes the play. I like it. Again, seals the edge fine. Yeah, again, gets caught on the inside. I just think he's trying to make a play at this point. Because I didn't see this at all in the game when it was relatively competitive, but since it's a blowout, like, I've seen him try to get into the backfield more and sort of get himself in trouble. They bring the guard here and just kicks him out. Yeah, same thing. He just keeps finding himself cutting in for no reason, and backside blocker again pins him inside. All right, Old Miss tape. Last we just watched my cat. Last we just watched what's his name get crushed. Keion White towards the end of the game just got demotivated, but I mean Old Miss beat the crap out of him, so. EJ, simple enough. Okay. Again, looks comfortable in space. Nice. Just maintaining space and makes the play in the backfield. I like Jonathan Mingo. And this is why. Trick a lot of kids. Ooh! This is something that we absolutely never saw with Andre Carter. This is something we never saw from him. Just sticks his nose in, makes the goal line stand. Love it. What's the technique from BJ here? Just holds his man up, can disengage at any point that he needs to. He's trying to bait the running back to come outside. Running back does not take the bait because he's got two blockers over here, and LSU completely falls apart to the left side. Somehow this left tackle is blocking three guys out of the play. Yeah, I don't know how. Man, Ole Miss had such good receivers. Like, they are just a receiver factory right now. BJ in space. Just sort of sits in his zone. Or sits on his man. I love it. Just, you're not going to complete this pass. I'm not a cornerback, but, like, you're not going to get an easy completion. Quarterback makes the wrong decision. Ball pops up. Just good stuff happens. Ooh, you'd like to see him maintain gap discipline here. He seems to get caught up by these guards pulling a lot. It's happened a lot towards the end of the Tennessee game as well. Like, you see him get turned out, or turned back in, sorry, by these guards that are coming off the backside. And then he's just out of the play. That's something I would like to see him improve on at the next level. Just reading the play. Like, I don't know if he's watching the running back right now, or if he knows that these guards are coming. But, like, he just... If he stands his ground right here, the running back's got... Or the quarterback on this play has nowhere to go. But he's really trying to read who's got the ball. And he ends up just running himself out of the play. This is something that happened in the Tennessee game as well. This is something to pick up on. This is going to be an issue on read option at the next level as well. Because the players, the guards are only going to get more athletic. Again, doesn't maintain gap discipline. Okay. I'm wrong. This is a two-man game where the really, this end is trying to occupy both the guard and the tackle. But he kind of doesn't. Like, I would have loved if this end just went straight upfield and bull rushed and forced this tackle to have to get behind him. But because he sort of rushes this way, the guard can disengage and take on BJ. And BJ winds up putting himself in a really bad spot. I don't know who this tackle from Ole Miss is, but, like, he's strong. He moves well, too. Let's watch out for that later on in this game. Nice play. BJ's playing all the way out in space here. Yeah, he's playing... I don't know what kind of matchup this is supposed to be, but he's playing basically slack corner here. I don't know if that's exactly what you want to do with, like, your outside linebacker. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you put your middle linebacker in a position where he's got to defend, I mean, an H-back, tight end type player in space. Like, that's a bad matchup. Even this kind of play is very impressive to me. Because look at him right here. He's got a running back, but he's got a guard and a tackle right in front. This is 700 pounds worth of, like, dudes that don't like you very much. And he still forces the play back inside. He makes them have to make a decision while sort of buying time for help. That's a very impressive play to me. Yeah, I don't know who this right tackle is, but, like... Oh, man. That was Mingo. He had him. He had him. Alright, let's switch my music back on. BJ on a pure pass rush. I love this move. I love this long arm. Like, he hasn't been getting there on quickness at all this game. So just go to a speed to power. Just get into his pads. I love it. Just show him you have a counter. Oh, these trick plays are always so funny in all 22. Both of these tackles are very quick. I gotta look at the old missed tackles. Like, neither one of these tackles is giving up anything in quickness. I have to check this out. $71, I think it was. Jaden Williams. Oh, he's a sophomore, so he's not coming out this year. This dude is one to watch next year. He's quick. Three-star. Huh. Weight 268. He ain't 268 anymore. Yeah, this dude is someone to watch for next year. He looked quite good. Quite good. Just as I say that, he gets absolutely hammered on the inside. BJ on the backside. BJ in space again? No. Inside linebacker. Outside rush. Ooh, violence. Absolutely fights through. Love it. Tackle makes him make his mind up who he wants to block there. Speed to power. Speed to power. Definition of it. He's been showing his speed the whole game. Back inside, long-armed him. He did it to the right tackle not 10 minutes ago. I mean, in-game longer, but like on stream. I have to say, it's not my quarterback. I don't mind watching him get whacked like that. That brings me some joy. BJ makes sure not to overrun the play. Stay backside just in case the running back cuts back. He can make the play. In line. It just doesn't seem like the right responsibility. This is a very heavy front by the offensive line. With both tight end and Jonathan Mingo, who's basically tight end sized. BJ having to hold up against 3 very large men. What a catch. That's not a hold? Yes, it is. Flag comes in. Euro step. Love this Euro step. Poor guy gets smashed from the side by the guard, but whatever. He drew the flag. Oh! I like the follow through on this. Boom! Let's watch this again. Quickness and the follow through. Excellent. Backdoor spin. BJ maintains some gap discipline. Linebacker should have been there. Speed to power again. His bull rush is way more impressive than I was expecting. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. BJ just holds his gap here. Outside responsibility. Does not let the play get away from him. Well done. Well done. Alright, last day for BJ Ojulari. I need to go to the restroom. I will be right back. We'll finish this up and be done for the day. All right, BJ Ojulari on his very last game for us today. Let's see where we go. Just again, continues to maintain gap responsibilities. Very responsible player. Yeah, so Anthony Richardson. Not sure if you've heard of this guy, but he's got a bit of an arm. Just take a second to appreciate the fact that I'm going to say this is the... Yeah. He's on the 43. This ball travels 2 yards deep into the end zone, so you're looking at about a 55-yard throw, and he does it pretty effortlessly. Okay. So yeah, Anthony Richardson. Just a casual 55. Let's try to keep our eyes on BJ Ojulari. Next play, breaks the tackle. BJ against Osiris. Some violence. It's just hard to play against this dude. BJ basically BJ basically unblocked on this play. They knew the play flow was going away from him, so like, why commit a blocker to that? That's just scheme. I mean, this is by far BJ's worst tape. He hasn't made a single splash play yet. He's constantly getting washed out. But, like, Florida seems pretty handily out-talenting LSU here. Like, it doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem especially great for LSU. Just as I say that, like, they start dominating all along the offense or the lines. Okay. Great rep by BJ. Great rep by BJ. Just holds the point of attack against the tight end. Follows the play, makes it, gets the assisted tackle. Love the heart on that play. Like, great coverage. BJ counter move. Disengages, forces Richardson to get rid of it. Love it. Love it. The effort on this play, fantastic. He doesn't make the sack, but like forces the issue. Backside contain, just chilling, nothing. Does not allow anything to come back his way. Very disciplined. Long arm, gets some traction on that move. Like, just a minute ago, just a couple of minutes ago, we saw Richardson just casual 55 yards in the air. Beautiful. Here he is, simple little rollout. All he has to do, put this ball right in front of the tight end. Anywhere he wants, tight end walks in for a touchdown. BJ's actually just blocked out of the play there. There's no excuse. He just backed out of the play. Blocked out of the play, rather. I love it. I love it. This is good tape. Maintains gap discipline. Does not get sucked in on this play. There's a blocker coming in for him, tight end. Keep your hands up. Make sure he doesn't get outside of you. This is great tape. This is great tape. Somebody knifed in. Yeah. I love this. I don't know if this is it just seems like the center doesn't read the protection correctly. The center just takes the wrong way. No, the guard, it looks like the guard is telling him, just go that way, I got this. Maybe Etienne's supposed to take the blitzer? LSU is showing 5 down at the line. And maybe they're expecting 13 to blitz on the outside? LSU does send 6. Florida has 6 to block. And maybe the running back just goes the wrong way. The guard's expecting... Because, like, this running back is the reason this play gets blown up. Well done. Well done by LSU. Poorly done by Florida. Show 6, send 4. Richardson breaks contain. They still get there. Call this a sim blitz, simulated blitz. They only brought 4, but it was an unconventional 4. Terrible. Terrible job by Florida on blocking that one up. BJ! BJ! So BJ drops into coverage against, well, nobody. But he's covering his zone. When he sees that Richardson's a bit frustrated right now, he immediately steps up, knows the play's coming towards him. Makes a tackle against what's really a 230-pound, 225-pound big mofo quarterback. And when he does, he doesn't rush in. He breaks down for the tackle, doesn't give him space. It's textbook. Good tackling. What went on in this play? How did this happen? So normally BJ has outside contain on this. It's another one. It's another one where, like, he gets sucked up and then kicked out by the guard. This has happened, like, in all 3 games now that I've watched. When they run plays like this where the tackles crash down and then a guard comes to kick out, he gets caught staring at the ball and then gets blocked in. This is something that does need to improve at the next level. Like, because this kind of zone run is just going to happen a lot. Just going to let this play. No words necessary. BJ's getting sucked up on this one. What's the score? LSU's up 42-28. Good tackle. This is what makes me think he has the potential to be an actual linebacker at the next level instead of just an edge rusher. Woo, boy! That's what's up! Anytime you pancake a tackle like that, you're having a day. This has not been BJ's best tape of the 3 that I watched, but that was fun. Drew a holding here. The counter move picks up the hold. I mean, they're up so much at this point. 45-35. Florida has no choice but to throw the ball. They're letting him just pin his ears back and go. Every play now. There's no gap responsibility, nothing necessary. Just go out there and get some sacks, buddy. And you see, like, as a pure pass rusher, it's not all the way there, but as a potential convert to linebacker that sometimes rushes, I think he's got a huge future. That's going to be the stream for today. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'll go ahead and cut this up later on so we get simple